Have you lost connection to your intuition and want to sharpen it again? Let's explore this together. Do you notice when something feels off, perhaps in your relationship, a conversation, or a situation, and almost immediately you start explaining it away? Maybe you find yourself thinking, maybe I'm reading too much into it, maybe they didn't mean it that way, I should just give it more time. And many people learn this early. Perhaps you were in a relationship where your safety or your voice wasn't prioritized, or maybe you grew up with a parent who dismissed your feelings. Maybe they told you that having them was wrong. And so gently you adapted, learning to override yourself, to keep the peace, to survive. So are you gaslighting yourself now? So even after those relationships end, the habit can linger. You might notice yourself replaying conversations over and over, asking friends for reassurance but still not trusting your own decision. Feeling something in your body and then thinking, but is this really valid? And over time, that questioning can turn inward, as if the gaslighting doesn't even need to come from anyone else, it comes from inside of you. It can feel confusing, maybe even like you are the problem, but you're not. Inside you, there is a part that senses, that knows when something feels safe or off, rushed or misaligned. And there's a part meant to protect you, to guide you, to take action when needed. But if you've lived under dominance, control or invalidation, that protector might have learned the wrong job. So instead of saying, this doesn't feel safe, let's slow down, it might say, are you sure? Don't make a big deal. You need more proof. And often there's another part too, the rationalizing part, the part that wants to make sense of everything, that gives others the benefit of the doubt, that makes excuses on their behalf. You might notice yourself moving away from your body, analyzing them, replaying what they said or did, trying to explain it rather than noticing how you feel, noticing what your body actually knows. While that rationalizing part is helpful because it keeps connection open, it keeps the peace, your own needs might still be unacknowledged. Parts of you still need to be felt, acknowledged, acted on, and communicated. And if the person isn't willing to meet you there, to honor your body, your experience, your needs, perhaps you can gently start to notice, is there something you can live with, and is it safe to continue in the same way? Because most of the time, when your body is saying no, you already have your answer. It's saying slow down, pull back. There is a boundary here. And do you notice things in your body and then ignore them? So your intuition lives in your body, in the sensations, the subtle signals that appear before your mind even understands. And perhaps you notice your chest feels tight on a date perhaps, or in the company of another, even though everything looks fine on paper. Or you agree to something and your stomach drops immediately. Or perhaps someone crosses a small boundary and your jaw clenches before you even think. That's not anxiety, that's information. Yet many of us were taught to ignore those signals, to jump straight into our heads, into overthinking. And do you start overthinking after the body speaks? So you might notice this. Your body signals something and then your mind takes over. Perhaps you start making mental lists of pros and cons, justifying someone else's behaviour, worrying about being too much or too sensitive. Your mind debates for hours what your body knew in seconds. Is this intuition or is this fear? Let's learn the difference. Intuition whispers softly, I'm not sure why, but I need to slow this down. This doesn't feel right for me. And then it quiets down. Whereas hypervigilance shouts, what if this means something is bad? What if I miss a red flag? What if I'm wrong again? And the louder you think, the louder it gets. Hypervigilance comes from self-betrayal. Intuition comes from connection with yourself, and only one of them needs panic. So are you saying yes when your body says no? Many people don't struggle with knowing, they struggle with acting on what they know. So you might notice yourself saying yes to plans you don't want, staying in conversations that drain you, continuing relationships that feel unsafe because leaving feels scarier. So before you act, perhaps you can ask, am I choosing this because I trust myself or because I'm afraid to lose connection? And even asking that question can shift everything, slowly, gently, over time. What if love didn't mean ignoring yourself? Many people are afraid of relationships, not because they don't want love, but because once love meant self-betrayal. And what if love could feel steady instead of intense? What if safety could feel calm instead of boring? And what if you didn't have to disappear or shrink yourself to be chosen? It begins by choosing yourself gently, consistently, and in small moments. So let's ground this into your body. So now I invite you to just sit, stand, or lie down, wherever feels most comfortable. And if it feels okay, softly close your eyes, or just let your gaze soften. Allowing attention to drift inward. And just take a slow breath in through your nose. And a longer breath out through your mouth. And just bring attention to your body. Noticing what is present. Not to fix anything. Just allowing awareness to settle. And perhaps you can notice where your body is supported. The chair beneath you. Your feet on the floor. Your back being held softly by the support beneath you. And just place one hand gently on your chest, and one on your lower belly if that feels comfortable. Or just let your hands rest naturally. And just notice sensations. Maybe some tightness. Maybe some warmth or heat. Maybe even some ease. Or perhaps numbness. There is no right or wrong. You're just noticing. And as you notice, perhaps you can sense yourself listening quietly, gently. Just allowing your body's messages to be heard without needing to act, explain, or fix. And so all you're doing right now is noticing. And you can do this anytime you need to check in with yourself, your intuition. And the more you practice, the easier and more effortless it can become. Just take another slow breath. And if a message wants to surface, a word, a feeling, a sensation, perhaps you can just allow it to be there. Just acknowledging it. And silently you might say, thank you. I hear you. So just take one more breath. Feeling into the quiet listening. Feeling into your body. Feeling into your self-trust. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. We build trust moment by moment through noticing, listening, and choosing yourself. We no longer need to abandon ourselves, and our bodies are learning to trust that now. This is the kind of space I want to create here. Slow, embodied, honest. If you followed along with this grounding practice, I'd love to hear how it felt for you. What did you notice in your body? What shifted even slightly? And if you choose to save this video and come back to it over time, you're so welcome to return and share how your experience evolves. It would mean a lot to hear what changes for you as you keep practicing. Thank you for listening.